Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest, where we're continuing with our blind playthrough of Ace Attorney Investigations with Miles Edgeworth. And we're actually just finishing off the third case in this game. So we're, I assume, soon about to start case 4, but a very interesting thing has just happened towards the end of this case, where we've just had our old pal Portsman and his so-called partner. I mean, maybe they are actually partners, but you know what I mean? Like there's a complicated relationship there. Either way, his partner, Buddy, actually old pal, Buddy, have just waltzed into the scene. I'm immediately wondering, I mean, obviously we know he's a dodgy guy doing some very dodgy stuff. Apart from murdering his supposed friend and partner. But also he's a very fudgy, evidence-y kind of person himself. And I'm wondering actually if he is, at this point in the story, if he is the lawyer for Mr. Amano here, which is... No, that wouldn't make sense. He wouldn't take him down to the precinct. I don't know. It feels there's a relationship here, because I don't trust either of these people, and I feel that they're both fudgy, evidence-y kind of people. So let's see where this goes. I'll take him down to the precinct if you don't mind. And who the heck are you? Every now and again I go back to the gruff, the slightly gruff accent for Lang here. I'm Jacques Portsman, and I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. This case has changed hands so many times. Oh, Jacques, thank goodness you're here. See, you know, like these guys are in cahoots. So it sounds like, they probably have a kind of a long established relationship where, you know, Ernest does all of these terrible dealings with his money and his power, and he probably has Portsman clean evidence up for him. And Portsman probably benefits by having this guy help him out with his money and his power. This is how I'm imagining. Don't jerk me around. This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws off my suspect. Sorry, but I can't comply. I've got the backing of the prosecutor's office. Why couldn't we have, thrown our weight around with this guy a bit more? See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. So if you could please cooperate with me here, that'd be great. Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? It's always very odd when somebody says something like this. Like, what, you know, what, why? This hand is suddenly so suspicious to me. Sorry, but I hate prosecutors, the whole lot of you. Guys, arrest the two suspects. There is so many dodgy guys here, kind of all against each other. It's an interesting power play. Sir! Oh, I almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, is it? I'd like to thank you. Thank me? Yeah, for working so hard to fulfill my goal. Edgeworth hates this so much. Hey, is that any way to thank someone? And what the heck is that supposed to mean? You were so relentless with Lance that you forced Ernest to tamper with the evidence. Thanks to that, I finally had a legitimate reason to arrest him. Can I just say that way back at the beginning of this case, when we first met this Lang guy, he was so full of big talk about how long it had taken us to wrap up the case on the airplane. In fact, he said he would have wrapped it up before the murder even took place, which is insane. And now, basically what he's admitting to is the fact that he needed us and could not do on his own. Not only this case, but however long it is that he's been chasing Mr. Amano. So... yeah, take that, Lang. I noticed that you're bad at your job, which you were very critical of others about. So how does it feel to bite the hand that feeds you? The hand that feeds me? I'm not sure I follow. It's no use pretending with me. You're the one, right? You're the corrupt prosecutor that's working for Mr. Romano and the smuggling ring, right? It's funny you should mention that, because your guy has just walked into scene. No, I would never do such a thing. What the heck? Our intel's never wrong. You got intel that was me? Who gave you that intel, dude? In your prosecutor's office, there's definitely someone working with the ring. Should you be sharing this with us if you do think it's me? Ah, so Agent Lang suspected my relation to Mr. Romano. That must be the real reason behind his antagonistic attitude. because he wouldn't dislike me based on any other reason. On top of that, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? I mean, actually, you know, to be honest, these are two... If this guy does have this particular information, those two bits of information do make us look suspicious, so I can't, you know, I can't really blame him there for having suspicions. There were non-stop rumours flying around about forged evidence with that guy. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you? The courtroom is a place where the truth is revealed. Well, don't worry. It's not only you. The whole lot of you can't be trusted. A prosecutor who never lost in 40 years, every defendant must be found guilty. This sounds exactly like you. Both of these things sound exactly like the things that you have said about yourself. Fueled by that kind of thinking, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? I gotta say that from all the stuff that this Lang character was spouting at the beginning, his personality has done a substantial shift. Because he was absolutely talking about just, you know, kind of getting, you know, accusing people and arresting them without evidence, you know, that he'd never lost a guy, I mean, however he phrased it, all of that sort of stuff. It would seem that his disdain extends beyond just me. Prosecutors, the courts, why is this man so angry with us all? Good question, good question. I look forward to us finding out. Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. So don't you forget it. What's your deal? What's your deal, Shiner? She's stopping. She's going to say something. Please, wait. Agent Shiner. Why does Agent Lang hate all prosecutors so? Lang is the head of the long-honoured House of Lang in Zengfa. The heads of all police-related divisions in that country were of Lang blood. Were? What do you mean by that? Aren't they still? They were revered, but that was long ago. They don't hold... Oh, we're getting sad music now. Some kind of tragic past of some sort is coming to light. They don't hold that sort of sway anymore, and it was all because of the courts. How can that be? I think it's all coming to light now. Yes, it's all clicking together. A prosecutor once withheld and tampered with the evidence one of the Lang detectives found. So, this is all going to be von Karma's work. Von Karma in cahoots with Mr. Romano, perhaps more recently now in cahoots with Portsman. And somehow involving the smuggling ring in some way. A prosecutor once withheld and tampered with the evidence one of the Lang detectives found. That evidence's purity was tarnished and cost the Lang family its honour and trust. But not all prosecutors are like that. There's me, there's Phoenix, there's some other nice ones, and there's a few that are kind of in between. Even so, Lang will never respect the court again, or any prosecutor. So Agent Lang is a man who hates all courts and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors. Man, what a piece of work that guy is. Portsman? Coming from you. Come on, Jim. We better catch up. Oh, he does actually call him Jim. I didn't know. I always wondered if that was just something that he made up. You know, like it seemed like a mistake that he made up a whole story behind, you know, to justify, but actually he might not have actually called him Jim. Yeah, stop calling me that, by the way. We've still got to deliver that thing to the old man after all. That thing to the old man. Smooth. Well, I'm still here, says Lauren. Detective Gumshoe, I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed out ourselves. Yeah, are you going home, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I've done nothing but be entangled in one mess after another since my return. It's really just the one mess though, isn't it? It's just the one mess since you got off the plane. If it's alright with you, can you drop me off at my office? No problem, sir. So this goes immediately into our first case. That's right, isn't it? So in the timeline so far, it's chronologically it's airport, it's theme park, and now it's our first case, our office case. Wow. Oh, buddy. Buddy, listen to me. Don't go to the office with that guy. No problem, sir. Excuse me. Yes, what is it? But do we have anything more to say to each other? Thank you very much. Ah, it's okay. No need to thank me, pal. That's so cute. She's taking the thanks. Just doing my job as a detective. I guess I was fooled pretty badly by Lance. Oh, cruel fate. What's a woman to do when she's been hurt by the one she loves? Oh, move on. And to think I never realized my father was right there. I never said anything to him. So this is honestly, like, her story is incredibly sad. And yeah, she deserves some big emotions around this. I knew it. I'm a failure. Ah, there she goes again, talking to herself. Miss Porps. Man, everyone is so insensitive about this woman's pain. I wonder if you know why your father participated in the kidnapping. No, I have no idea. Your father died while he was trying to stop Lance, which means that from the beginning he had no interest in the staged self-abduction. He was trying to protect you. Wait, then why did he... I believe it was because of your presence, Miss Porps. Me? Lance realized that the two of you were related, which is why he used you as a hostage to coerce Mr. Devore into cooperating. He used her as a hostage? Oh. So openly with Mr. Devore. I see. Father. As a felon, he could not tell you of his real relation to you. Couldn't he? Could he kind of die? Like, couldn't he, and just she wouldn't have told anyone either? I don't know. However, as the Amano family butler, at the very least he was able to watch over you. It was all he could do, but that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. What I don't understand is, like, her involvement with this family, because now that we know that Oliver was already involved with the family, he was already the Mr. Amano's secretary / butler, I suppose. Then, he went off to jail to do time for a crime he didn't commit, came back into the family. Why was she here? Why was she a part of all of this? Is it because of that original relation that somehow this guy's, Oliver's child met Amano's child? It just doesn't seem... I mean, that seems perfectly possible, but I suppose the way that she tells it, that her and Lance happened to meet somewhere, and I've forgotten exactly what the story was. It was like she was buying something at a shop or something like that. Yeah. And yet, she also says they grew up together. I can't quite piece together like what her involvement is, and what is bothering me is I still don't know why she has that band-aid on her on her elbow. So maybe this will come up later. It was all he could do, but that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. Go on, speak your mind. Maybe tell me about that band-aid. That is... Thank you very much. You're welcome. Although, there's no need to thank me. Okay. No, Lauren, stop. I mean, this man's so much older than you. Looks like you've completely stolen her away, Mr. Edgeworth. Hang on. Where's my profile of me? She's 19. How old am I meant to be at this stage? I don't know. Can't know without looking it up. Oh well. I'm just thinking, I mean, you know, like I probably am much older than her, but at the same time, I'm probably not much older than her, because everyone in this game is so young. Way to go, sir. Your technique is way beyond the level of a great thief. What are you going on about now? Wow, your deducing skills may be sound, but you have no street smarts. That's Mr. Edgeworth for you. Yeah, I mean, he still hasn't figured out who I am at all. You haven't told us anything. If you haven't remembered in all this time, I guess I'm just going to have to say it. So she did say, I remember, back when we first introduced ourselves to her, but we have had nothing since. This isn't the first time we've met, you know. So she must have been much younger. Did we put her father in jail? No, we would remember that we had put the Yatagarasu in jail. Unless we put someone in jail without knowing it was the Yatagarasu. I mean, I'm making a big assumption that her father is the Yatagarasu. What do you mean, pal? Mr. Edgeworth? How do you know this girl? Also, it could be her mother. Like, right? It hasn't been confirmed. And we haven't had anything about the original Yatagarasu confirmed to us, right? Looks like you totally forgot me too, Gummy. Yeah. Gummy? Here, maybe this will jog your memory. I promised I'd return this to you one day, remember? That's... Ooh, big reveal. That single piece of cloth took me back, far into my past, for it was a magical piece of cloth. To the fateful day 7 years ago, when I first met the then child Kay. 7 years ago. And Detective Gumshoe. Well, yeah, I'm just thinking through all the various things I know or kind of remember about Edgeworth's past. And yeah, I don't know anything about how he and Gumshoe met. Oh. Next case. What an interesting ending, though. Many reveals. Many reveals. It's all starting to... That's Gumshoe. That's Gumshoe. Reminiscent. So are we going all the way back to early Edgeworth and Gumshoe meeting? Are we going to get to see baby Edgeworth and baby Gumshoe? Turnabout reminiscence. Kay Faraday, the young lady who calls herself the second Yatagarasu. The piece of cloth that she conjured up has taken me back to many years ago. Oh, what's gonna happen? Hey, it's the courtroom. It's so nice to see it. It's our judge. Who are these people? Yeah, that's right, I did it. I killed the guy. It's going forward on its own, so I can't look in great detail. What a cool design. I asked the defendant, just what exactly are you trying to do? Don't you get it? I know the true identity of the Yatagarasu. Oh my god, I hope it's her. She's so cool. The Yatagarasu is the man standing over there at the prosecutor's bench. Oh. Are you saying that I'm the Yatagarasu? Don't you dare deny it. You told me to kill him when you snuck into the embassy. This is really flying fast. Are you claiming that Mr. Faraday is the Yatagarasu? That's exactly what I'm saying. Mr. Rell, I think we've heard just about enough out of you. Your Honor, please listen to me. I'm telling the truth. You gotta believe me. He was dragged off immediately while screaming. Oh, I really hope it's her. I hope it's her. In accordance with the defendant's accusation, a new prosecutor shall be called to replace Mr. Faraday. This court will be in recess until the new prosecutor is... I missed that last word. And I can't go back. Let's just say is determined. It was probably something like that. Wow. Well, I guess if it is that guy, it sounds very... Oh, we're so cute. Look at her. Oh, it's her jacket. It's her early jacket. I guess if it turns out that it is that guy, then that makes perfect sense because his name is Mr. Faraday. It seems perfectly logical that this is probably the father of Kay. And it has seemed like probably her father might be the Yatagarasu, but I really hope it's her mother or someone else in her life, and turns out to be that woman with the cool earrings and the cool hair and the cool design. I really like her immediately. Yeah. You know, maybe it's not her dad. Maybe it's this other woman. So who do we got? Who do we got here? Random guy and kid, probably. The kid has the blue badger design on his shirt, which is very interesting because Gumshoe came up with that in a previous game, right? And if this is where Edgeworth and Gumshoe first met... Anyway, not sure that clicks for me yet, but yeah. Cool. Oh, so awesome. Such a cool look. Such cool hair. Such a cool jacket. It's almost time for me to enter the courtroom. And so it is that my first assignment as a prosecutor will be... An interesting look. The little kind of... like the neck scarf and the little I don't know, top knot sort of pigtail there. Interesting face too. As a replacement for a prosecutor who has been accused by the defendant, enter Edgeworth. Edgeworth. Oh, it's you, sir. Love this music so much. Dun, dun. Have you read over all the documents regarding this trial? Look at his... Man, this guy has an intense face. An intense face and really crazy eyes. Yes, sir. I've memorized everything there is to know. That's very good, but make sure that you haven't just memorized it, that you've kind of thought about it as well. Very good. The paperwork for the prosecutor's substitution. He's already doing the thing he does where he kind of grips his arm there. The paperwork for the prosecutor's substitution is just about complete. Edgeworth, always bear in mind that as your mentor, I, Manfred von Karma, will accept nothing short of perfection. I understand, sir. To have the chance to stand in court at such an early stage in my career. Why, I'm just like that Phoenix kid. I am honoured and proud. As I have watched over your studies, I am giving you the very rare chance. Prove yourself. Crush the defendant's pathetic lies into oblivion. It's interesting because obviously Edgeworth was, has been mentored by this guy. And Edgeworth is such a good, principled person with strong values and beliefs in the court. And Von Karma is not. So it's sort of interesting, like, to think about how he managed to mentor Edgeworth without revealing his sneakiness, basically, without revealing his, without Edgeworth even, I suppose, coming to suspect Von Karma in this way. Yes, sir. Little does he know, I'm an evil villain. I'm a really bad guy. That such a legendary prosecutor will be watching and judging my performance. I have to be perfect in every way. By the way, what a weirdly evil look he has on his face. So weirdly out of place. Let's have a chat to him. Today's trial should have ended in just 1 minute. Because the defendant was picked up by the security camera, correct? Exactly. The killer had the gall to say that he only killed because he was instructed to do so. Even more outrageous is his claim that the case prosecutor, Byrne Faraday, gave the order. This guy has such an interesting face. I wonder, it's hard to read. Could mean a lot of things. In Ace Attorney, visual semantics, let's say, he's quite ambiguous. Even more outrageous in this claim is that the case prosecutor, Byrne Faraday, gave the order. Gave the order. The killer had the gall to say that he had only killed because he was instructed to do so. And his name was like Raoul or Dell or Rel maybe, something like that. Ha! Faraday is such a fool. He's been cornered by his very own prey. Sir, are you an acquaintance of Mr. Byrne Faraday? He's a pathetic man who speaks nothing but nonsense. Nonsense as in what kind of nonsense? Elaborate, please. He once tried to explain to me a way of punishing those who cannot be brought to court. So that does, I'm sort of disappointed because that does sound Yatagarasu-y, doesn't it? It does sound like he's the Yatagarasu. It makes sense. It makes sense that every mystery person in this game turns out to actually be a prosecutor. Or a lawyer or something. This is perfectly interesting. There's no problem with it. It's just that I was just secretly really hoping that woman in the courtroom was the Yatagarasu. But either way, what I really hope is that we see a lot more of her. She looks really interesting. Those who cannot be brought to court. That is nonsense, for no man is above the law. Which I don't like. Well, there are always a few exceptions. However, there is no reason to even deal with such individuals. A prosecutor is a guardian of the court, one with no obligation to outside matters. Thus, there is no reason to deal with such individuals. I see. Let me just take it all in uncritically. Edgeworth, disgracing yourself as Faraday has, will not be forgiven. Have no fear. I will not let you down, sir. In place of the accused prosecutor Byrne Faraday, I'll prove the defendant's guilt. He's so eager. He's so keen. Very good. I've secured an hour of recess for you to prepare to do just that. Show them all. The power of Von Karma. Before I talk to him, let's present our badge. It is thanks to you that I've finally become a prosecutor, sir. You could have done it anyway. It's amusing that you wanted to become a defense attorney, yet became my student. It is a strange path you have traveled. Well, you see, the reason, sir, is that if I became a defense attorney, I would be less likely to meet a certain someone in the courtroom. It's true that I had once wanted to become a defense attorney, but now I am honored and proud to be a prosecutor. I see. Then as a student of mine, I suggest you remember this well. The prosecutor's badge is not to be flaunted. The dignity of a prosecutor lies in the man himself, not in the badge. I understand. I will keep that in mind. Besides, why put holes in your fine garments? It's simply preposterous. Prosecutors must also take pride in their appearance. I will keep this in mind as well. Edgeworth. He's a bit of a brown nose. I'm constantly having to remind the others at the prosecutor's office of this. It's more fashionable to keep your prosecutor's badge in your pocket. In other words, always treat a prosecutor's badge with care and honour. I understand, sir. He has such an intense face. It's like a sea creature face. My mentor, who has never known defeat in 35 years, a legendary prosecutor. Prosecutor in embassy. And how old? 60. 40. Prosecutor in embassy staff killing case, accused by Rel of being the Yatagarasu. That face could be, I am the Yatagarasu. Alright. So, have you achieved a firm understanding of the case? Yes, we've already had this discussion. Yes, sir. I have memorized everything that is written down in the case files. Well then, explain the case to me. I want to see if you really know what you're talking about. Understood. Oh, nice. Oh. Whoa. A murder was committed on September 8th in front of the Kodopian embassy. What an interesting flag. The two big butterflies on it, really elaborate. Huh. The victim, Mr. Dead Man. I think that's the funniest victim name I've ever seen in this game series. Mr. Dead Man was a staff member at the embassy. The defendant in this case, Mr. Mackerel. Mr. Mackerel was held for questioning the night of the incident as he was deemed suspicious. He was quickly placed under arrest for possession of the murder weapon, a gun. Furthermore, at the time of the murder, the great thief Yatagarasu had successfully infiltrated the Kodopian embassy as well. The noble Yatagarasu, vigilante of the business world, reappears. At first, Rel claimed that he himself was the Yatagarasu, but that he did not kill Dead Man. I wonder what he expected to gain from such a desperate lie. It's possible that he wants to go down while in the spotlight if he is found guilty. There truly is no limit to people's inanity. But I digress. Continue, Edgeworth. Yes, sir. During the trial, the prosecution presented the security footage that captured the murder. The footage clearly showed Mr. Rel as the murderer. Well, someone at least who looks a lot like him. You know, let's be open to possibilities here. The act of Mr. Rel firing the gun could be clearly seen from the visitors' gallery. Man, if your name was what was it, Dead Man, it would have to feel pretty ironic that you eventually got murdered. Upon seeing that, the defendant retracted his statement and admitted to the murder. Interesting. I did it because I was told to, by the real Yatagarasu, Bern Faraday. So he does look like, the looks that they've given him, he does look like he's a fisherman. He's got a kind of a, I don't know, he's got a look about him. That sounds about right, and his little sort of necklace thing there. However, you've forgotten one thing. While this may appear to simply be the murder of a Kodopian embassy staff member, people are actually referring to it as the second KG-8 incident. The second KG-8 incident? I'm very sorry, sir. I feel I failed to study hard enough. Sounds like it. Well, even among the police, it's information that only a select few are privy to. Could you please enlighten me, sir? You shouldn't really be doing this, like, right at the last minute, but I guess this whole thing is very last minute, isn't it? Sir, what do you mean by the second KG-8 incident? In order for me to tell you that, you must first learn about the original case. Take a look at these documents. This is a 3-year-old newspaper. You've heard of the Amano Group scandal before, correct? Sorry, 1 second, Von Karma. I wanna have a look at these documents. I have to say, the first thing that has caught my eye is, like, the very first thing I read is the thing in the top left, and it says the number is expect, and then in the middle the number is expect, and then over the side the number is expect, and then I see it below, the number is expected to hit 1.66. Approved peak year is and then when you go down to the the main body of text in the article, it's just these repeated phrases kind of cut off and sewn together. It's really interesting. So that's how they've populated the kind of the smaller text with bits and pieces from something that's just kind of got. I wonder where that comes from. I wonder where these sentences come from, like a real world article, and they've just kind of, chopped bits and pieces together and stuck them there. Anyway, Kodopian embassy staff member Manny Cochin found not guilty. The victim, Miss CCU. What would CCU? Like CCU. What would those letters stand for? I don't know. A shadow over the Amano Group? What's his relation to the smuggling ring? Something big and solid. That's what I'm betting. Oh, was there any more to that? No, that's it. Yes, I have. The secretary of Ernest Amano, the Amano Group's director, was arrested. Under suspicion of smuggling. Correct. This is really interesting music. It's the first time we're hearing this track. I really like it. Huh. It's an interesting combination of... It's an interesting combination. It has some sound to it that is like a kind of a a story about an incident, or like a thieving incident or something like that. It's got some sounds there that in a different kind of composition would seem like part of a heisty kind of sound, but the sort of the way it's being played, its slowness and its softness, it all has a very human, intimate softness, as if it's also quite emotional as well. Anyway, it's an interesting combination. I like it. CCU was an employee of the Amano Group and the sole witness to the smuggling operation. It was she who brought the crime to light. However, Ms. Yu was silenced before she could testify in court. Wasn't a Kodopian embassy staff member arrested for the murder? She has really cool hair too. Yes, a Kodopian by the name of Manny Cochin was the suspect. Manny Cochin. However, due to lack of evidence, the case went unresolved. Lack of evidence? If only I was in charge of the case. I would have done everything in my power to prove his guilt. To make sure that all criminals are found guilty. My mentor really is dedicated. Faraday was the prosecutor on the case then, and he was as pathetic as ever. Mr. Faraday was in charge of the KG8 incident as well? That's right. And now, once again, the victim of the case you are currently assigned to was someone who was scheduled to testify against the smuggling organisation. And just like last time, the victim was murdered right before he was to testify. You're catching on. The victim was murdered just before his day in court against the smuggling organisation. Events are occurring almost exactly the same way as they did in the KG8 incident. So that's why it is being called the second KG8 incident. Yes. Yet there is one difference between the two incidents. What would that be? The so-called noble thief that is sending everyone into an uproar. The great thief Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu? I'd better find out more. I do want to find out more, but I'm thinking that this might trigger events to progress. And actually, I was hoping to get a chance to look around before I lose it. A bookshelf, huh? Compendium of Laws for Beginners. I don't have time to read this and second guess myself now. That's so cute. Standing a bit close to this guy. The trial will resume shortly. Please wait a moment, sir. I was already well aware of that. You're not telling me anything I don't know. Shortly or in a moment. Which one is it? Be specific. Egad, what a cold stare he's given me. However, as a disciple of Onkama, there is no option but to win. I love how kind of he seems like Edgeworth seems in some ways even more smug, you know, like in the way that he's remained a smug person, but in some ways he has this kind of more intense smugness, you know, that you might associate with a kind of a younger person who's just kind of you know, like at the beginning of their career and knows a little bit and they're like, yeah, I have to be the best, blah, 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 blah. But he also has this kind of looseness that you don't see with contemporary Edgeworth. You know, like he hasn't yet trained himself to hold so much in yet. Nah, he's good. The power of his cold stare rivals my own. See, this wouldn't be the case with current Edgeworth. Hello, Pixie. Hello, my little meow face. It's my little fluffy kitty Pixie. It is still an hour away from your DINNER time, darling. Yeah. No. He's staring at me with disappointment, but he gotta wait a little bit longer. Mr. Prosecutor, sir, you've got a good eye if you can tell that I'm a prosecutor with just one glance. Oh, nobody needs a good eye. Look at you. As there are always only prosecutors and defense attorneys in this lobby, I usually hit the mark if I guess one or the other while there is a recess. You are only guessing? Excuse me, madam, but is something the matter? I just thought someone would have brought hors d'oeuvres by now. But this is a courthouse. It would be quite atypical to provide hors d'oeuvres here. Are you sure? Someone poured me a fresh cup of coffee last time I was here. What the heck does she think a courthouse is for? You know, it just occurred to me that the way he is so reactive to everything is actually very Phoenix-like, which is very, very cute. Aren't these great? Daddy made all of these. Awesome. But didn't you get fired right after you made them? Yeah, I did. I spent the same amount of money on this model as it cost to build the real thing. And my boss wasn't very happy with me. Hey, Daddy, didn't you say you built a secret mechanism inside of it? I'll tell you about it someday when you're older. A secret mechanism? Maybe he installed it as a payback for getting fired. It could be trouble. Now I'm curious. Yeah, I'm extremely curious. Like, that's coming back for sure. This is so good. Gulp, gulp, gulp. I could drink a whole gallon. I love in these games when, and even in similar games, when you have to have a scene that basically is on repeat. You've got to populate this scene with a bunch of background characters, and they're kind of, it's the sort of game like this where they're kind of just going to be doing the same action over and over again. So it's fine with these people who are standing around, or someone who's looking at something, or this old lady who's sitting there. But when you have like this guy who's there at the water fountain, I love when they go, look, this is ridiculous, like we're going with it. So let's just have him comment on this insane, repetitive action that he's doing over and over again. I've never heard of water that tastes that good. Maybe I'll give him a minute. Go, 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 go. Does he plan on gulping an entire reservoir dry? Yeah, I mean, at some point it's going to be a medical problem. A bulletin board. There are trial schedules posted on it. Trial scheduled for this week. Huh? There's only today's trial listed. This must be a mistake, or this country's judicial system is not working as it should. This should lead to the defendant lobbies. Edgeworth, where is your composure? If you wish to take a look at your enemy, do so in the courtroom, as you crush him. Indeed, thank you. You are a man of wisdom and experience, sir. I think that's... Ooh. The trial is about to resume. I should stay on the premises. Oh, hang on. Couch? A luxurious and beautiful leather sofa. I must say, every part of this courthouse is meticulously well kept. Just as I like things. Although the positioning of this sofa puts one under the direct gaze of the judges. That's what I was... I was really I knew that these wouldn't be in a place where we could look at them, so I'm really glad that they're commenting on them. Every judge in this courthouse's history has had quite the beard, and has gallantly parted with their beloved head of hair, I see. Being a judge must be a very stressful career. Hang on. There was just another... a model of the courthouse. It's pretty well constructed. Hands and a face? Don't tell me this thing transforms. Yet I wonder for what other purpose could they have been made? Wow. This guy has built it like a transformer. That is incredible. If it is true that the Yatagarasu showed up at the Kodopian embassy, sorry about that, by the way. I just really needed to go and have a look at things. It's part of the important preparation of my case that I go and have a little chat to everybody who's in the room and look at all of the stuff that's here and think about the history of the courtroom. But thank you for waiting, Von Karma. I appreciate it, sir. What could he or she have been after? No doubt to steal any suspicious accounting records and release them publicly. Or, more likely, to steal secrets from the Kodopian embassy itself, since the item that the Yatagarasu stole from there was sent to the police. What was it that the Yatagarasu sent to the police? I don't know the details. Anything related to the Yatagarasu is getting the top secret treatment. Still, I find it very ironic. By returning the stolen item to the police, it was proof positive that the Yatagarasu had infiltrated the embassy on the same day the staff member was killed. Criminals have a way of incriminating themselves, wouldn't you say? That would have to be the first time the Yatagarasu has left evidence behind, correct? Yes, indeed. Is it possible that he is pretending to be the Yatagarasu? If you wish to learn more about the Yatagarasu, then I suggest you ask Faraday. Mr. Faraday? He happens to be the prosecutor in charge of the Yatagarasu case as well. Well, that's a problem. He's the prosecutor in charge of both the KG-8 incident and the Yatagarasu case, and he's being accused of being the Yatagarasu. Mr. Faraday really has a lot on his plate. Aha! There she is. What is it, little girl? So is that white? Is the sort of the sailor tie around her shirt there? Is that the white cloth that she gives them, maybe? You're scary, mister. Did you need something? I want to trade these coins with you. A fistful of dimes, quarters, and pennies. These are American coins, right? Is this what you want? Huh. Look at her big belt. Thanks, that's exactly what I needed. Could that child be here to watch the trial? How disrespectful for a child like that to be running around inside the courthouse. Does no one have respect for this country's judicial system anymore? you yourself. The paperwork for the prosecutor substitution is complete. Why, do you even know how much time there is left before the trial resumes? I'm so sorry. I can have you mopping up this courthouse instead of protecting it in an instant. You're just a grumpy old man. Gulp. It's no bother, sir. Not being completely prepared could prove to be a perfect handicap for me. A proud one you are. You had better collect the evidence from Faraday and prepare yourself. It's time for your debut, Edgeworth. Yes, Pixie. It's still too early, my darling. Yeah, he's staring at me with his cute little, his big eyes and his cute little face and licking his lips. But it doesn't make the time go any faster, Pixie. I'm sorry. September 10, 4 p.m, District Court Courtroom number 3. Oh, it's so nice to be in the courtroom. This is really refreshing. I hope we actually get to, like do this court scenario. Wow. Huh. This music. Oh, so cool. It's so good. It has this this really intense kind of intro, and then it kind of gets into the sort of, the funkiness. The Ace Attorney, the quintessential Ace Attorney funkiness. Just what is going on? Why isn't Faraday here yet? How is it possible that the defense is not prepared yet either? Bailiff, where is Mr. Faraday? I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention. Hey, is this our guy? Or is it just one of the many guys who look exactly the same? You must be one Mr. Von Karma recommended. The one Mr. Von Karma recommended. I hear this will be your first trial. I look forward to seeing how you perform. I just had to pause a little. Okay, I hear this will be your first trial. I look forward to seeing how you perform. Nice, different guy. Oh, by the way, was there someone celebrating a birthday during the recess? The balloon. I could have sworn that I heard a popper going off. Well, if you heard a pop, I gotta say, in a game like this, that's not necessarily a good sign. Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson. Sir, it looks like the trial is about to resume. However, yes, it will be all but impossible to prove the witness a liar without the evidence from Faraday. What is that blasted buffoon up to? Guys, this man is missing. He has important evidence, and someone just heard a bang. I gotta say, I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit concerned. It's an emergency, sirs. Gumshoe. I love him. Silence! There shall be no yelling in the sacred hall of law. Bailiff, remove that man from this courtroom. Just because he yelled? He said it's an emergency. Please, wait. You have to listen to me. There's an emergency. Defendant, lobby number 2. Mr. Faraday and the defendant. The two of them. They're both dead, Your Honor. What? Oh my god, that was so good. Now that's how you do an Ace Attorney courtroom. Oh, vending machines. Oh. So first off, it's my favorite gal here. I'm so excited to meet her. We have vending machines, which is awesome. Courthouse specials, fast foods and milk. Hot dog, beef jerky, ham sandwich, orange juice, milk, Swiss rolls. Limited time specials. So maybe this is what the girl was, what Kay was, little tiny Kay was after. No, except she gave coins and got a note. Now, at least in Japan for, a very, very, very long time, vending machines would take both. So, And I don't really know about America, but, you know, presumably this game is set in Japan, but, you know, in the Japanese version. And so, that's why I was confused about the coins, because I'm like, this is Japan. Have they actually changed the look of the money in the game? Have they swapped Japanese coins and Japanese notes for American coins and American notes? It's interesting. But either way, I don't know why she would need to change to a note just to use the vending machine. And then we got this amazing poster over here, Young Judges for Justice. What do you think, Pixie? What do you think? He's jumped up on the table with me. That is so good. Defendant lobby number 1. Cool. He's in a hurry. Look at his hair swishing. Who is this? Stay back. Oh. This guy's huge. Whoa. What an interesting look. Kind of a grayscale look. What's to bet his name is Grey? That is an old, haggard coat that looks like it has, like, even bullet holes in it. No one's allowed on the crime scene, period. I love how much he looks, like, roughly penciled. That is really cool. Just who does this oddball think he is? This is becoming quite the hotspot. She is so cool. Oh my god. Isn't she Mr. Rell's defense attorney? Hey you, no running in the hallway, pal. And who are you to tell me what to do? I'll never find out what's going on like this. It's time for some civil discourse. Well, let's look at things we don't need to first off, like these ants that are eating something. This sofa looks like it's seen its fair share of use. And it looks like another part of the courthouse is visible from the window. Ack, my eyes have locked with my reflection's eyes in the barred window. As a student of Onkama, I refuse to back down. I won! Oh my god, young Edgeworth is hilarious. But is that not, can we not look at the ants specifically? It's just a part of, it's like the cat, they won't let us look at it. No, not you, Pixie, not you, Pixel. Interesting, they're selling special court-themed food products here. Many of them seem sort of troublesome and suspicious. Objection, I suppose. He's hilarious, he's really funny. He's funny. A drink vending machine. Ugh. Now is not the time to be pondering what kind of drink I want. Why not? Seems perfectly fine. A poster of the judge. There's a longer slogan of some sort on it, in tiny letters at the bottom. Every strike of my gavel brings the truth closer to me, and my hair farther away. Amazing. Is this a promotional poster for the court or a hair growth product? His dialogue really does have a younger kind of a younger feel to it, a younger vibe somehow. Just the way he's sort of like, I think it's something to do with just how reactive it sounds, and a little bit less thoughtful in a way that's kind of hard to put my finger on it, but it's the vibe I'm getting. A fire extinguisher. If one would be hit in the head with this, I suppose the victim would lose a memory or two. But it's not as though I'd ever be so foolish as to be struck by one of these. First, I need to get a handle on the situation. Perhaps I should talk to some people. Now, let's look at the doors. Defendant lobby number 1 is through here. The incident took place in lobby number 2 next door. I shouldn't allow myself to be sidetracked like this. I'd better get a move on. No, we're being sidetracked. Let's talk to this guy first. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh no, I should have talked to anybody else first. Oh well. Detective Tyrell Bad. Homicide. Tyrell Bad. Homicide. I was informed of the situation and came as quickly as possible. So how did you arrive and inspect the body before me? Faraday requested for me to testify in the trial. Plain and simple. Mr. Faraday requested that you be here? Oh, good, we can leave, actually, because that's probably the point of progress. Do you have a minute? You know, I'm not really into talking to people I don't know, especially at a time like this. I apologize for not introducing myself before bothering you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I was to take Mr. Faraday's place in court. Edgeworth, huh? Never heard of you. So Faraday's substitute is a newbie, huh? I'll have you know, madam, that I studied under Manfred Moncalmer. Do not take me for some naive novice. Oh my god, he's adorable. He's so... he's so keen and smug and insecure. Oh, she's laughing. Kind of looks like she's vomiting. Do not take me for some naive novice. Oh my god, I love her so much. So you're a student of Onkama. I should have... Those clothes are a dead giveaway. Stop right there. These are the garments of one who gallantly presents the facts. Thanks for the great laugh, but try not to make me laugh so much, okay? I wasn't trying to do anything of the sort. Just kidding. I was just goofing around. By the way, do you know who I am? Who I am? My name is Callisto Yu. I love you, Callisto. You are so awesome. Callisto Yu. Callisto Yu. You. CCU. I was just thinking that name was familiar. Callisto. Yeah. CCU. Huh. No wonder they're both cool looking. And if you're telling the truth, then we were about to go head in court. But of course, I've heard much about you, Miss Yu. I just had to pause again in the middle of this woman sputtering with laughter. But of course, I have heard much about you. You're a regular Shakespeare. Did I say something funny? Oh my god. Whoops. It's so funny to see a character that calls, that calls out a kind of, the level of kind of character ridiculousness in Ace Attorney out in this way. I adore Edgeworth and I love everything about him and I love his level of ridiculousness. But this is especially appropriate. It's funny on a meta level to see somebody kind of talk about how funny a lot of this is explicitly, but it's especially appropriate for young Edgeworth, who is so keen and who has that particular, keenness, and deep insecurity of somebody just setting out as well. Anyway, very funny. Let's present our badge. Oh, hang on. Let's look at our badge. Do we get the exact same? This badge's design is said to reflect the relentlessness and discipline of law enforcement. It comes from the authority vested in us as strict protectors of the law and executors of sentences, much like harsh winter frosts and blazing summer days. To wear it is to identify oneself as a prosecutor. But my mentor has taught me that it's more fashionable to keep it in my pocket. So it is a bit different. Each prosecutor's badge is engraved with the number of its owner on the back. Numbers. As if we're not human on the inside like everyone else. Interesting. Yes, no, let's present. It is a shame that we will not be able to face each other. We are facing each other right now. It was to be my first trial too. Oh, was that a declaration of war? How nice it is to be young and carefree. Hang on a second. And what a nice squeaky clean badge you've got yourself there. I'm jealous. I'm sure its gleam will dull over time with experience. Are you saying your reputation will also tarnish over time with it? That's not what I meant. Well, you just can't avoid some things in life. I'll never allow my badge or my reputation to become tarnished. The only thing I know for sure is that these two should be immediate best friends. And that should now be one of the central dynamics of this entire franchise. I'd like you to update me on the situation. I don't really know anything. Why don't you try talking to those detectives over there? If that's the case, then why are you here? What's so funny? It's just that the way you speak is so tactless. That remains true. That remains true well into the future, at least 7 years into the future, you. The person I was going against in court until only a little while ago was just murdered. It's not like I could go back into the courtroom pretending as though nothing happened. That's a good point. I apologize for asking such an insensitive question. It's fine, don't worry about it. Oh, my darling little pixie, it's still too early. Yeah, not the time, Baba. I'm sure for many of you with cats, the hour or so before dinner is a time marked with tension. And you are? Who, me? Hey, pal. It's common courtesy to tell someone your name first before asking theirs. Point taken. I'm not sure that he really learns this lesson all of the time. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I am a district prosecutor. A prosecutor? I've never seen a prosecutor as young as you, pal. I told you my name. Now would you mind telling me yours? He's so antagonistic. Detective Dick Gumshoe. And just recently I've achieved my dream of becoming a detective. More than a dream. It's what I was born to do. I mean, listen to my name. Wait, maybe I should check and make sure I'm not really in some crazy dream first. This detective is entirely too excited to be at a murder scene. Well, same to you, pal. Let's present our badge. You mentioned that you've only... Look at his finger. You've mentioned that you've only recently become a detective, did you not? You got it. I'm a brand spanking new detective. So that means you've probably never seen a real prosecutor's badge, right? Like two kids, like talking themselves up in the playground. If you so desired to see one, I just might be able to make your day. You don't have to go through the trouble, pal, because a real man has a police badge. And someday I'm going to become an ace detective, just like Detective Bad. I wondered if that was like his superior. Did I say something wrong, pal? Forget it, detective. Do you have any insight on this, Detective Gumshoe? Well, as a detective, I'd rather see something that is actually related to the case, pal. These are literally related to the case. And here, I thought this was related enough. Okay. Oh, hang on. Crime scene. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling me what you know about the incident? You know that I don't have to tell you anything, right? I know that. But it would behoove you to fill me in on what you know. Wow, you're a proud one for such a youngster, aren't you? Well, anyway, Detective Bad is the one in charge. So you're just going to have to ask him for all the details, okay? As for me, I was guarding the door to defendant lobby number 2. Oh, interesting. I was just thinking back to that image that we get when we fail and end the game, about whether it could have any relation to this. Rather, I was thinking of it as like a street map, but yeah. I think the two letters on it were M and E, right? So it could be like Manfred and Edgeworth. Okay, I was guarding the door to defendant lobby number 2. Is it not where we are right now? So you were on guard detail. Did you notice anything strange while you were on duty? Well, I freaked out when I heard a gunshot and then I kind of froze. You're a detective and a measly gunshot scared you that much? Well, you're a prosecutor and you're terrified of elevators and and earthquakes. Then again, I can hardly claim to know what it's like to hear one at close range. Then, that was nice that he conceded that. Then Detective Bad came running to the scene. We went into lobby number 2 together and both men were lying there dead. Is that everything? Yeah, that's it. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle. Interesting. Other than the gunshot, he didn't hear a single sound of commotion. Nice, nice. We got some testimony already. Look at us. Look at us doing the thing. Alright, Bad. What's your deal? And first, take a look at my badge. Does showing that off make you feel like a... I feel like the kind of voice that this guy should have is like a... Does showing that off make you feel like a big, strong prosecutor? Of course not. I was simply proving my title of prosecutor to you. I see. But most prosecutors don't go around flaunting those things. It's like a detective walking around outside with his badge flashing in the sunlight. Show that off too much and before you know it, you'll be elbow deep in angry criminals. That would definitely be a problem. Okay, let's just go with the basics. That voice is gonna kill my throat, so I'm gonna kind of go with something that I can manage. I've literally got like a ginger honey tea here next to me, and I'm gonna have a sip of it right now. All right, Bad. I've already contacted headquarters about the situation. I've got nothing to say to you, kid. Kid? I'm Mr. Faraday's substitute in today's trial. Therefore, I insist that you update me on the situation. I can't back down here. I have a right to know. Do I need to teach you a thing or two about how to talk to adults, kid? Is he threatening me? Look at his eyes. Is he going for his gun? It's just a mirror. How dare he trick me like that? Faraday was stabbed to death with some kind of blade, and he had a gun in his hand. The other man, a Mr. Mackerel, was shot and killed. Huh. He was found holding a bloody knife in his hand. Was there anyone else who went in to defend in lobby number 2? Yeah, that big lug over there. His name's Gumshoe. Me? He was in charge of guarding the place. He's claiming that no one else entered the room. If that's the case, then they must have killed each other, correct? Maybe. Such impudence. This guy is really testing my patience. Edgeworth, if something like this tests your patience, you're gonna have a hard time in the courtroom, my friend. Why was I not informed that you were going to testify in court? Homicides aren't my only gig. The Yatagarasu case is also one of my assignments. So you were called upon to comment on the Yatagarasu's characteristics, in order to assess if Mr. Faraday really was the Yatagarasu or not. Well, looks like you just might have a brain after all in that head of yours, son. Son? I'm not your son, Pops. Ms. Yu! There is someone here who wishes to see you. Who is it? A Kodopian embassy staff member by the name of Manny Cochin. Manny Cochin? Wasn't that the guy who was killed? What's going on? Detective Bad and Ms. Yu's moods just changed all of a sudden. Wait a second, wasn't Manny Oh, he wasn't the guy who was killed, that was Dead Man. Yeah, it's literally the guy called Dead Man. No, Dead Man is in this case. In the previous case, yeah, no, it was CCU. Ah, so this is the guy, got it. He's not the dead guy. He's the guy who was accused. Right. No wonder. So most likely this is her sister. And this is the guy who was accused of murdering her. I'll be right there. She's got a cool walk too. Oh, he's right there. Okay, she didn't have to go very far. So we can all listen in, that's great. It's nice to see you again, Ms. Yu. Well, that is the point at which we're going to leave this episode. Wow, I am so thrilled about the direction that we have gone. I am so pleased, I can't even tell you, that we're back in a courtroom setting again. It just feels correct. It just feels nice to be back here. I've really enjoyed all of the other cases so much, but it's like a cool, refreshing glass of water to be back in a courtroom setting, and it's so fascinating and exciting to see young Edgeworth and young Gumshoe, and to be meeting some really interesting characters. I already feel like I love this Yu so much. She has shot way up in my list of favorite characters, and I'm really interested to see where this case goes, because this feels like this is the case that is really tying everything that we've done together in many fundamental ways. So I hope you're excited for the next episode, and I am too, and I will see you there. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.